And unfortunately, that total solar eclipse, where the moon completely covered the sun, was not visible here in our state.
No.
But that didn't stop a lot of people from showing up at the U of A to watch the phenomenon.
Yeah, that's right. It was exciting to be part of all of this, and to tell us more about all of this is our very own storm tracker, should we say sky tracker, for Chief Meteorologist Matt Brode. How's it going out there at the U of A?
It's going great, Monica. Obviously, there was hundreds, if not thousands of people here earlier. Of course, we were not in the totality, but it was still an amazing learning experience for students of all ages across at least North America, certain portions of Mexico, where they saw their totality in excess of 4 minutes and even closer to about that 70, a little bit, maybe north of 70% here in the city of Tucson. You put the glasses on, and we showed you some video of that, and I think Jafet Serrato is going to show you a time lapse of that in a couple of minutes. It's always a great educational experience. It's just a lot of fun to see that type of thing. It's not something that we see every day, but you know what? We actually see it a lot more often than you think. I think a lot of people forget, myself included, that 3/4 of the earth is really covered by water. So a lot of these full eclipses do happen over the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. But once again, this year was one of those rare years where it began in Mexico. And let me just tell you, the whole sky darkened here in Tucson. I know I went out right during our closest form of totality at that 70% threshold or not, about 11:18 this morning, and you could see the birds kind of doing their thing. They thought it was becoming nighttime. The insects were coming out, and you know what? The sky just didn't look nearly as blue and as vibrant as it typically does, even with that about 70% totality. Other big story, of course, here today is the fact that we are now well into the month of April, and we are struggling to even hit 70 degrees today. Now, I know last week we had that one day where it was 85 degrees here in the city of Tucson, so a little bit unusual that the mercury has not tipped the scales, at least officially, at Tucson International Airport this year at 90 degrees. However, coming up in a few minutes, that will be in the forecast. So, of course, we got to talk about ice break. The other story is we see some clouds out here today. Did not interfere too much with the observation of seeing that total solar eclipse, even though it was not total here. But we are talking about some much warmer temperatures coming to our forecast here, but very dry conditions as well. This is one of our driest months, and I don't want to go on a limb and say this is going to happen, but it is quite possible that the next rain we see will not happen until monsoon 2024. Once again, hopefully your kids at school got a chance to get those safety glasses. I know my kids at school did today. So science is fun, right? And when you can actually practice it in real time outside to see these real celestial phenomenon, it's always a great learning experience. We were out here in 2017, also wasn't a total solar eclipse here in Tucson, but a couple of close calls. And again, the next one just about 20 years from now, so book your Airbnbs or your hotel reservations, once again, a few hundred miles up to the northeast, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But in the meantime, we'll send it back to you in studio from the University of Arizona. Back to you.
All right, Matt, stay out of traffic there. And even though that